Good day. Welcome to another edition of Spotlight on Brewster Schools. Eric Gross, your host, along with Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Valerie Henning-Piedmont. And Val, the new school year is underway. We understand it's been the best opening ever.
I think that absolutely characterizes our first day of school back on September 5th. First and foremost, we were, all of us were, on pins and needles about what was happening at our JFK Elementary School, which opened on time. There are a few cosmetic things that need to be done, in addition to obviously the auditorium is the final place where the work has to continue and will be completed in a couple of months. So some basic things that have to take place, but every child was in a classroom. Every classroom had a teacher. The cafeteria was open, and the children were excited, and the staff were excited to see it. All the parents were excited. At the high school, the same thing. They walked into still a wonderful building. Our buses ran on time. Our children at CV Star arrived on time. There were classes that went into the 4 new additions. The teachers were very happy about the air condition units that were installed.
Right.
And obviously at H.H. Wells, they had a great opening. Everyone arrived. All the little 6th graders were able to open their lockers for the first time. So it was just a marvelous beginning, and we were very happy to be able to start the new year with no surprises, and everyone was picked up on time, and everyone was put back on the right bus and got to the right drop-off.
And with all the weather taking place around the world and around the country and the United States, and the weather was beautiful in Brewster.
It was. We were very fortunate that day.
It really was.
It was a little slightly humid, but was
Yeah.
certainly not uncomfortable. So, that always happens. We think that the first day is going to be, maybe a little on the cool side, but it always ends up being kind of a warm day. But all in all, it was a wonderful day. Everyone was smiling and happy, and I think all in all, we're very happy to come back to school.
We were there the opening day. Let's go back and check out the opening day of the 2017-18 school year right here in the Brewster District.
Kindergarten? Okay, do you want me to take him? Do you have others on the bus?
Superintendent of Schools Valerie Henning-Piedmont, the excitement has reached a fevered pitch. The new John F. Kennedy Elementary School is open. The kids' new backpacks, haircuts, sneakers, they look great.
And a few boxes of tissue and hand wipes and paper towel, you name it. It is so exciting. We are so thrilled that our construction project and all of the work from that team, as well as our own buildings and grounds and custodial staff, are responsible for this building opening today.
What's so amazing also, we're talking to Frank Zampelin, and Frank was telling us that the teachers, professional staff, work Saturday and Sunday till 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon to get those rooms ready.
And on top of that, they worked yesterday too. I was here yesterday, and teachers were still here. They were cleaning chairs, they were putting things away, they were reorganizing things, they were putting children's names on desks. An amazing, amazing production to ensure that every student walks through these doors into their classrooms with their names on their desk, with a warm welcome from their teachers and their entire staff here at JFK. So it's absolutely wonderful. And the first people they met were these wonderful bus drivers, as you know, and monitors.
Not one set of tears today.
Well, maybe from parents. We
Yes.
haven't seen them. That's typically where the tears come from. But the students are very confident. They've been excited. I'm sure they've been planning. Their parents have gotten them ready for this experience. And this is the way it's supposed to be. On a sunny, beautiful September day with all of our children coming back smiling. It doesn't get any better than that, Eric.
A new school resource officer here, Brian Super.
Brian Soup is here.
Deputy Super.
Already leading.
Come on over here
children
for
in.
1 sec. Say hello. Deputy
Good morning,
Super is the
everybody.
new SRO
How
for
are
the
you?
John F. Kennedy School. You're excited too today.
I'm very excited. The kids are in a great mood. It's going to be a great school year. They're going to learn a lot, and they're going to have a lot of fun and be safe. It's going to be a great school year.
Good seeing you.
Enjoy. Thank you.
Brian
Thank you.
Super, one of
All
the
right, guys,
SROs in
come on.
Putnam County. These kids are so great, though.
They are.
John Conroy, come over here,
Oh,
John,
dear, Mr.
please.
Conroy.
Here's
Another man who's been working nonstop.
nonstop. How are you?
Nonstop. Dr.
Welcome
Henning,
back.
Mr. Gross, everybody in the neighborhood.
What an opening.
Wonderful. It's like denial. It's excitement. I'm speechless, and that's pretty rare for me. So let's leave it at that. It's just
John of
fantastic.
East Region.
It's a wonderful place to work.
It
It's
is.
an awesome community for obvious reasons. It's just thrilled.
It
Thrilled.
is so wonderful. And Mr. Carlson, who's trying to dodge, he needs to be here because he has been tirelessly involved in this project, as you know. Nothing in buildings and grounds starts and stops without him being involved, and obviously the marvelous team that's here to make it all possible.
You know, Victor, we walked through the building a couple of weeks ago. We said, is it going to happen? You said, yes, it will happen. It's arrived.
Absolutely, and even as recent as a week ago, we were questioning which rooms could we do without, what's going to get done. And over the last 2 weeks, it's been an incredible transformation of this building, and I'm just thrilled with what's occurred. It's beyond my wildest expectations of what we were able to get done in such a short period of time, and that's a testament to our construction team, the contractors, our custodial staff, technology, everybody. It was an extreme team effort, absolutely incredible. Dr. Zamperlin, Mr. Conroy. Absolutely incredible. We were thrilled on opening day.
Okay, well, the opening day coverage continues. We'll be right back. Well, you know, Frank, they said it couldn't be done. It's been done, and then some. What an austere, uneventful opening day.
Well, it's uneventful now, Eric.
It'll be uneventful.
But I do want to really, the building opened on time thanks to the hard work and dedication of a lot of people. Our building and grounds crew under Andy Bates and Kenny Winch, Paul Taylor, our head custodian, and his team. Those teams worked endless hours over the summer. And you know, our teachers came in. They were supposed to come in Thursday like they were contracted to, but they came in Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday, and a bunch of them were here up until 3 o'clock yesterday, making sure that the classrooms were ready for our children today.
How do you feel? You've been an educator for now, what, 25 years at least, if not more, many capacities, teaching, administration, different buildings. When you see a community, a family, a school family, get together like this.
Well, growing up, La Familia was important in our house, being son of Italian immigrants, and this is the culmination of a lot. I've been a school administrator for 25 years, been in communities where we built a school. This is the first time, though, where you have that sense of strength and community where everybody pitched in, no matter what, no matter how little or how small. We had parents here yesterday. We had kids here yesterday. You know, people pulling together to make sure we opened on time, but not just open on time. You have to see the building. We'll do that at a later date, but it's fantastic, you know, and it's bright, it's airy, it's colorful. It's going to make such a wonderful learning environment for the youngest children here in Brewster.
We wish you a good year.
Thank
We'll be
you.
around.
Looking forward.
Frank
Thank you.
Zamperlin, the principal of the John F. Kennedy Elementary School. Well, now that the school year is open, those big yellow buses are on the roads again, and we tell our viewers each and every year the buses are going to be there at the same time each day. So you have to change your schedule if you don't want to get stuck behind the school bus.
Absolutely. And on top of it, the public has to be mindful of safety. You know, they absolutely have to, when those stop signs are out, the drivers have to absolutely stop. There's no, impatience to go to drive around or do any other kind of maneuvers. It's extremely dangerous, and it's dangerous for the students on the bus, for the driver, for other cars. So we ask the public to just please be mindful and be patient and take a little extra time, as you mentioned, Eric, certainly around now, to begin to slow down and just be mindful that, student safety is a priority in the school district.
We talked with Sheriff Don Smith and with a number of the local police departments, the Brewster Police Force, the state police, and they all say in Putnam County it's zero tolerance when it comes to that. You pass the stopped and loading school bus, not only are you putting your children, your grandchildren's lives in danger, it's against the law, and you get a stiff fine if you get nailed.
And you should. It
Yeah.
should be, that should be the most, I think the strictest penalty.
Sure.
When you pass a loading school bus with little children, and, Jack Coxon and his team ran through bus orientation for our kindergartners over the summer just before school started.
Right.
And it was actually held right out in front of the bus garage. And they went through all the routines, so they take it very seriously as a staff. Jack Coxon, Mary Smith, and the entire team there are very devoted to making sure that the bus drivers are trained. There was a lot of training that occurred over the summer, Eric, for our bus drivers and all of our workers who are associated with transporting our children. So it's no small thing that we emphasize safety and that we do everything possible to ensure that our own employees are knowledgeable of all the safety procedures.
Val mentions Jack Coxon. Well, Jack joined us the other day talking about some of that school bus safety. Let's go back and say hello. Jack Coxon is the Director of Transportation here in the Brewster Schools, and of course, Jack has been on this program many, many times over the years. And Jack, the big yellow buses are on the road. The first day of school is now history. Things went well, thank God.
Yes,
We
they
want to continue that for the rest of the school term.
Exactly right. Today was sort of the practice for the first day. We did a good job. We had a kindergarten orientation for parents and students that could make it last week. I think that contributes to reducing the anxiety of our students for the first time on the big ride. We were really very close to being on time, I would say about 80%. Obviously, the first day when you move the buses, children not used to boarding buses, not exactly sure where the bus will stop at the exact stop. So it slows it down. But right now, as we look, we're 9:20, and usually we clear this building about 9:15. So we're only about 7 or 8 minutes running late, which is pretty good for the first day.
And you want to remind parents, too, that drop-offs for the first couple of days in the afternoon might just be a little late, not to worry.
Right, not to worry. And most importantly, what the school is doing is they're going to release the students from the buildings about 15 minutes early. That will not speed up the buses. That will give us time that everyone to find their buses because the lineups are a little different for each school. And the teachers, when they escort the children out, that's a slow process. It's a safe process, particularly at JFK and CV Star. We were very concerned about size of the students, their ability to board the buses without injuring themselves. They're very large steps for school children. They're large for school principals, to be honest with you. So be at the stop about the time you would normally expect, maybe 5 or 10 minutes early, and the buses will be coming just about on time for you, even though we're dismissing the buildings about 15 minutes early.
And the message has to go out. First day of school, sadly, not in Brewster, a neighboring district. Some guy passed a stopped school bus. This is something we cannot do.
It's a good moment for us to say not only is school starting, parents and motorists are starting a new year working with the school buses when they stop. So as the little kindergartners know and the preschoolers, red means stop. There's plenty of red lights on a bus. Don't challenge it. Prepare to stop. And stop for your safety and for that child's safety.
Jack, we thank you.
It's a pleasure again.
Good school year.
Thank you, sir. And you
Jack
too.
Coxon, the Director of Transportation. So it's been a great school opening, the first day of school in the Brewster School District, and Valerie and I will be right back. He is so involved, Jack, and it's his passion, it's his life, and it's so wonderful to have a gentleman like that as part of the Brewster School family.
Oh, absolutely, and his entire team, because it takes a whole sort of community of people in that bus garage to make sure that not only are the buses running with, bus drivers and monitors who are on the buses, but that there's a whole communication system, to make sure that anyone who's calling in, can reach someone immediately, and then that person, then we can dispatch to the driver immediately. In addition to all the mechanics and other people who are in that garage who make sure that all the equipment is working appropriately and properly. So, it's a wonderful thing that Jack, for the first time in our department, is able to participate in this wonderful event on September 16th that's sponsored by Putnam Hospital
Center,
and it's in
Bureau of
collaboration.
Emergency Services.
The whole group. And Jack and his team are very excited about being there for the first time to participate because, again, what we do is bus safety, and it's a wonderful opportunity to talk about it and to, be available for parents who have questions about it.
And Val's talking about the Children's Expo and Public Safety Day. Takes place Saturday the 16th at the Bureau of Emergency Services right down on Route 6 in Carmel, 11 to 3. Everything is free. Great exhibits, freebies, prizes for the kids. They're going to be having trolleys this year also.
Well, it's wonderful.
Last year we had over 1,000 people there, so parking became a problem. So they're going to have parking off campus, but trolleys are going to take people from a parking lot right to the event. So we hope to see you there on Saturday, the 16th, 11 to 3, and say hi to Jack Coxon and his people from the Brewster School District.
Right, and I want to thank Jackson and his team for doing this. This is occurring on a Saturday, so as usual, they go above and beyond their roles in the district, and we appreciate all the time and effort that they put into this to make sure that we're represented and that they're there to help our parents and our community.
Okay, Saturday the 16th. Hope to see you there. On our last show, Val was talking about a task force that was being set up to continue discussion following that town hall meeting that we had the end of August. How are things coming along?
The task force has met. There are probably about 36 people on the task
Wow.
force, yes. So there's a lot of interest from that initial meeting, which, obviously, parents, those folks who did attend were concerned about not being able to speak. But of course, what we wanted to do was make sure that we got out ahead of the issues because we had a lot of interest and, from our parents and others who contacted us about, what are we going to do? How are we going to respond? So that first town hall meeting was an attempt to just get the conversation started.
Mm-hmm.
And, one of the important outcomes was to have members interested or people interested in participating on the task force, which there, as I said, there were 36 people who are participating. It's met already. It's meeting again in the coming week. And the group is planning on how to have those two separate town hall meetings, one dedicated to the issues around the video, and then the other dedicated to the issues around our logo. And again, the confusion with the logo was that people thought that was replacing our mascot, our Brewster Bear mascot, and it is not.
No.
It's actually our logo for our strategic coherence plan. That's what it is. It's not a replacement. So we wanted to make sure we clarified that. So the task force is meeting. It's taking its role very seriously, and more information will be provided through our Bear Backpack communication system with regards to the date and the location and some logistics with regards to how the meeting will be organized.
Okay, very, very good. SROs are an integral part of the Brewster schools, as you know. The Brewster School District was the first in the county to have more than one SRO. Now we have 3. And we understand the other day one of the SROs had another assignment, and a substitute SRO came in with a friend of his.
Well, first of all, I want to just laud the work that Sergeant Michael Zabo is doing. He's our new sergeant assigned to supervise the Youth Bureau.
Right.
And he's absolutely wonderful.
Good guy.
He's an amazing resource. He's made a connection to our district already and does anything possible to assist us. And most importantly, to make sure that, when we do have one of our SROs out for training, which is, what occurred this week, that there's an appropriate, substitute officer who can come in. So the one that was available, the substitute happened to be a canine officer.
Aha.
So guess who came with the canine officer? A canine. So that canine was Lex. Lex is a black German Shepherd. He was beautiful. He's he was mild-mannered, he was even-tempered, and he was a rock star on that day. And all the students, first of all, I mean, his presence was a little intimidating, but, children were, kind of walked up to him and said, "Can I pet him?" And once that happened, Lex was all over the place.
Yeah.
So we were very, happy to make, that we do have an option of bringing in perhaps someone different, because the K-9 is a very important part of the law enforcement organization. And so to be able to have Lex with us at the high school was a really wonderful treat.
The SROs are such a wonderful resource.
They are.
By the way, Mike Zabel, not only is he in charge of the Youth Bureau and the SROs, he's the Marine captain. He also is involved with the Emergency Response Team, the ERT.
He's a very talented
Yeah.
law enforcement official.
Great guy.
He's a great man, and I'm so fortunate that he is working with us and that I had an opportunity to meet him. In addition to Mike Zabo, we also have Brian Supa, who is the SRO at JFK Elementary School. He replaced Charles Johnson, who had to be moved to another assignment. There was some shuffling that had to take place in the department. So we're very happy that Brian is here, and we're very happy that Mike are here.
Okay,
Mike's
welcome,
here.
guys. Good jobs. The Jewish high holidays are coming up on a Thursday and a Friday this year. The schools will be closed only 2 days for the high holy days. Last year was 3. So that's on a Thursday and a Friday.
Exactly.
And I'd like to wish everyone out there who observes a happy holiday season as well.
Happy holiday season.
And I guess that should do it for now, huh? I think we covered quite a bit.
The only thing I wanted to mention was that we've expanded our STEM program, our
Okay.
Project Lead the Way STEM program.
Right.
We had 3 teachers at the CB Star Intermediate School who spent some of their summer learning how to use this new STEM program that we already have in place at H.H. Wells Middle School and at the high school. So those 3 teachers then came back and they trained additional teachers. And we
Okay.
have a real STEM program that will actually build a pipeline from the elementary school to the high school. And then we hope to add in the coming year a course or 2 at the elementary, at the K2 level. So that's pretty exciting.
Somebody stopped me the other day. Is it STEM or STEAM?
Well, if you add art, and if art is really, not just for the sake of adding art, but that it really is an integral part of the program, it certainly is called STEAM.
Right.
But this program is actually called STEM. So
Okay.
it's a focus really on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Now you got it straight. Because last year you and I went to an art class and it was STEAM. And now it's back to STEM.
Well, and I think it could be
Yeah.
it can be both.
Okay.
In the art classroom, that was amazing. I mean, it was not
Oh.
only STEAM, but it was also like a civic,
Incredible.
project-based learning, in a very serious way, and one that was just amazing. So I hope we get to go back and visit Irene
We
as
will.
well.
Okay, super. So for Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Valerie Henning-Piedmont, I'm Eric Gross. We thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Spotlight on Brewster Schools. Have yourselves a good one. Until next time, John, we thank you. Frankie as well. Take care now.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.